Hello guys, you're watching The Geek Cinema, and today we're talking about 2 and 3 of How to Train Your Dragon. We talked about number 1 already, check it out on the channel. But let's get on to 2 and 3. So, the first one, obviously, spoilers, I absolutely loved. The second and third one, yeah, it was good, it's just not on par with the first one. The first one is a masterpiece, whereas these ones, I think it has its flaws, but I enjoyed it for what it's worth. I think we'll go with number 2 and then we'll get on to the final. So, number 2, I felt like it did drag in places. I was quite shocked with them killing off Hiccup's dad. Obviously, I haven't read the books, so maybe it happens in the books and that's why. But how Hiccup's dad actually dies is by brainwashed Toothless. And that was like... It was nice that the dad got to see his wife one last time, and he thought that his wife had died but not, so they got to meet. And it's kind of like roles reversed when we see Hiccup see his mom for the first time and all that going on, and then it's going to be that happy ever after, but sadly that's taken away. Instead, the dad figure has now been changed to the mom figure and looking after Hiccup in the same way. Like, the dad took over for the childhood, now the mom takes over for adulthood, is kind of the way it is. But the big bosses, like I said in the first one, I couldn't remember in the series, the TV show, there being any massive big dragons, so I thought maybe just the one-off for the first film, but no, big ass dragon for the second one, 2, and the head-to-head battle there, and the bad guy winning against that was interesting as well. Hiccup being brainwashed by the evil big ass dragon, as you will. That was an interesting take to go down. Obviously, with Toothless not being in control kills the dad, but also Hiccup having to come to terms with that as well. Also, the main boss in this, the big baddie, hardly plays a part in the second one, really. He's just there. And it doesn't really work as much. Like, there is this, with Hiccup's dad obviously having that history with the villain, but the villain's hardly in it, and his minions are doing his bidding. And I guess you could say, well, that's like Thanos from Marvel and stuff. But no, it's very much, he is not that much of a flushed out villain in my eyes. Yeah, I get his motives, but I just feel like he's not that much. He's easily taken out. He's lackluster. And throughout all these films, the villain tends to, even if they hate the dragons, they tend to use dragons for the fight, which is interesting. But hey, that's just my thoughts, opinions on that, really. I think the impact of the dad loss is a big thing for the number 2. But other than that, it's Hiccup becoming the champion, I guess, taking up the dad's spot of being in control, and stuff that he didn't really want to do at the start of the film and has to by the end. He has to continue on the dad's legacy and take control and protect his village. And I think that's cool. That's an interesting message to go down. But also, we see a love interest, obviously, with Hiccup and his girlfriend now. Yeah, he's pulled. I couldn't remember in the show. I knew there was stuff there, but I didn't remember if they actually sealed the deal and become girlfriend, boyfriend. In this, they definitely do. And in the next one, we'll get onto that. But marriage, kids, they made it. But yeah, I think the second one is a 5 out of 10 from me. It's average. It's there. Yeah, let's go on to the third one. The third one, now, the end of the trilogy. I did feel like it could have done a bit more oomph. However, I think this is a step up than the second one, and I like a lot. Also, the aspect of Hiccup having to let go of Toothless, with literally, you know, the leg that Hiccup built, and when the villain's hanging on, he just had to let go of his leg and let Toothless go. It was quite a nice metaphor as well. Like, it's showing Hiccup letting go of Toothless, which I thought was a thing. in this. Also, the aspect of the villain in this one. Is it stronger? Is it stronger? Yes. Yes, it is. I felt like he was constantly on the tail and manipulative and forcing our gang, our tribe, our people out of their and going on the run, basically away from this guy, but trying to find the world, the end of the world sort of thing, because the Vikings did believe the world was flat, so there was that. I felt like also the dragons in this, having to let go of the dragons at the end was yeah, it was sad, it was emotional, but it was also brilliant to see the aspect of basically them coming at the very end there, Hiccup and his family and Toothless and their family, and we get to see that one last time, and the myth, that the legendariness was kind of built in quite well. So obviously we don't have dragons, but do we? And we just don't know. That's a nice little play on things and how to leave the franchises in, like, we have dragons, they're secret, they're hidden, and that's all you need to know for now. And they'll be coming to you at the right time. If the time isn't right, they're not coming, sort of thing, and they can now just be left as a mystery. Did they exist, didn't they, sort of thing, which I kind of like how the franchise is left. What else? The villain was a step up, but I just feel like the first one is just untouchable. It is brilliant, and I want to say yes, it's a step up, but I still feel like the villain could have had a bit more oomph, if that makes sense. Like, yes, he was doing the villainy stuff he needed to do and tracking down. He captures one of them. He lets them go so they can find them and stuff like that. But also Toothless, it's like a love story between him and Light Fury, I think it's called. Obviously, yeah, that was kind of just mainly the focus. Love and letting go and needing to move on, I guess, and try and find out who you are, because Toothless and Hiccup are kind of connected, and having to let go of that is a big thing for these two at the end there. Find out who you are. But yeah, I think the third one. So, spoilers, watch the first one because it's a lot more positive. It's a lot more, of my honest opinion, absolutely loving the first one. 9 out of 10 for the first one. The second one got 5 out of 10. This one is going to get a 7 out of 10. I think it's I like the flashbacks to the dad as well, because he was feeling like he was missed in this one. And the mom has kind of talked with quite well in a way, and having to push Hiccup's girlfriend in the right direction to talk to him and motivate him and keep him going. I like that. But anyway, yeah, this is getting a 7 out of 10. That's not a bad score. It's definitely a step up in the right direction, but it's just nowhere near the first one in my eyes. I feel like the first one kind of wraps itself up anyway. It didn't need to be a trilogy. But this add-on is quite nice. Overall, as a whole, I think this franchise would get a 7 out of 10. I think it's solid enough. It's better than average, and it's fun, and it's just entertaining, and it creates that mystery of did they exist, didn't they, at the end, to make it kind of feel real, if that made any sense. But yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions, guys, on 2 and 3 of How to Train Your Dragon. What do you think? Let me know down below. Did you watch this show? Because I loved the show as a kid. And obviously, I loved the first one. The second and third one, I don't think we're a letdown. I just feel like could have been a bit more. Just lacking something. But very strong trilogy. And yeah, I'm glad I watched 2 and 3 for the first time. That's my thoughts and opinions, guys. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in a review very soon. Have a nice day.